Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my very first YouTube video. It is Benji here today, and I am going to basically go over today's trades, which are these right here. Netting to about a little over $2,000 in profit today, which is very good, very good. My daily goal is $1,000 to $2,000, so looking good for today. Some of you guys may know me from Royalty Trading. That is the best server I've ever been into for a trading group. And I respect the moderators a ton. They know what they're doing. They've taught me a lot. Trading King Eric, he's taught me a lot. Richie has taught me a lot. Everyone in there has taught me a lot. They know what they're talking about. I highly recommend checking them out. I will include a link in my description just for anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, but they are awesome. So I've been getting a lot of questions on my trading style and like why I trade how I do, like my techniques, all this stuff. And I figured since we're quarantined still, I might as well just start a YouTube channel and just post basically like recaps of my trading and just like try to give you guys some insight into how my mind thinks while, or how like, yeah, how I think while I'm in a trade or why I take trades. Just like, I don't know, just something. This is just something I want to try out. Again, this is my first time ever doing something like this, so yeah. Starting off, there's a lot of trades I'm going to go over. Trying to make this very quick though, because I recorded this before and it was over 20 minutes long. Trying to cut that down. First off, let's go KTOV. All right. So we have, I included my buys. All this green here are my buys. Red is my sells. This actually had no news, so I like to put things on my watch list that have news on them. This didn't, but it didn't really affect me. I saw there's a lot of volume coming in the chart setup. So if there's a chart setup with volume, I'm in it. I'm there. Despite it not having news, it didn't really matter to me because the chart was there and the volume was there. So that's an easy go for me. Also, a symmetrical triangle, like something, look on the 5-minute. This is perfect. Wait, let me get a good glimpse at this. This thing's perfect. Look at that. Lower highs, higher lows. Symmetrical triangle, just, it's perfect right there. These are my bread and butter setups because I can easily get in on the support right down here and where I did right under 59 cents and use this trend line as my stop loss. If it crosses below, I sell. As simple as that. And I was looking at this. I wanted to see a break, or I saw this as a very strong resistance because also 64 cents was very close to the 200 EMA on the daily. As we can see, the 200 EMA was actually at about 64.7. This high, pre-market high, was 64 or 60, yeah, 63, 64. 64 cents. So there was a lot of resistance between 64 and 65 cents. So my thought process was get in on this support, start selling over the break of the high a day, sell into the buyers, and then make sure I'm out by about 64 cents. And that's exactly what I did. I started scaling at about 61 and a half, scaled more at 62, scaled the rest a little under 63, 62.5. That's a good trade for me. That's a good trade. I of course, like I missed out this move from 64 to 67, but it doesn't matter. Like as I'm taking my profits, I'm green on the day. It was a nice win right here. If I held, it might have gotten canned. It might have right here. It could have broken down. It could have just broken down. This was a solid resistance. It could have easily just shot this thing down, but I followed my rules, sold below. Here, I re-entered because I was like, oh yeah, it's pulling back. It can go again. But I realized that was not the smartest thing. I was kind of trading with my emotions at that point because I missed out on this three extra cents right here. So I entered and quickly just sold for a very small loss. It was like $20 or something. This trade netted me about $541. Perfect trade. Again, I went in very small, 15,000 shares total. I bought 10,000 down on the support, and I bought 5,000 on the break. because I wanted a little extra. I was hoping to get like 15 to 20,000 at support, but missed my chance. Good trade overall. Next. Sad to say this, but I took an L. ALJJ. This actually was not on my watch list. Trading King Eric, TKE, he mentioned this stock in the chat room this morning. So I pulled it up, I was looking at it, and usually when TKE mentions something, I listen because he knows what he's talking about. He is right probably roughly like 80% of the time. Like I'm just estimating that, but he's right most of the time he talks about stocks. So he mentioned he was taking some at about 10:06, 10:05, 10:06. So I took an entry around here. I easily could have, I took a lot of shares. Let me try to get like a good view. All these cells are in the way. So I took some right under 65 cents, 27,000 shares. By the time it hit a high of, after I bought, the next minute, it hit a high of 72.5. At that point, I was up over like $1,300. I could have easily sold that. There was bids, they were there, but I didn't have the right mindset. I was a little emotional. I was holding. I wanted to see this high at daybreak. I wanted a big win. So I held too long. I ended up scaling some here. I scaled a little bit here, not that much. Scaled a lot here. And boom, sell off. Like this was a mistake for me. I could have easily just sold the rest of my shares at 67, 68 cents. But I held for too long. This thing just, there wasn't news. It was up on an earnings that was from last week. That's not my usual plays. These are not what I usually do. So usually when I play like a TKE alert or a Richie alert or someone's alert from the chat room, I usually just get in and out very quickly because it's not my bread and butter. It's not what I'm used to. It's not my favorite setups. So took a quick loss. This big sell candle, this was bad. When this happened, I was down over $1,000. 53 cents, 54 cents, down $1,000. But recovered, I got out. As soon as I saw this, I got out. 60 cents, I took it. Took my $350 loss because I'm not going to hope that this thing goes back up. Like, that's a big sell-off. There's a lot of sellers on this. I'm not going to hope just because, oh, it recovered. It might make another run. No, I'm not going to hope for that. I want to secure, because there's no chart set up here. Like, I want to just be out. I'm not going to trade something just hoping that it goes up. Like, that's not part of my rules. $350 loss. It's all right. Things happen. But at this point in the day, this is my second trade, so I was a little down because I gave back most of my gains from KTRV. But that's what the market will do to you. You have to stick to your rules. I usually scalp these. I could have easily sold, but I didn't. Stick to my rules. I got F basically. Like this thing sold off. I had to sell right here. Took my loss. Moved on. Next trade, VTGN. This thing had news. It actually was on my watch list. If you're part of Volti Trading, I mentioned it before the market opened. It had positive phase 2 news, so I liked it. I was watching it. This chart looked pretty good. Even though it's low volume, it was holding up pre-market. I liked it. I had the chart pulled up basically all morning, was watching it. I saw some more volume coming through around a little after 10:15. That's when it started intriguing me. And then Richie, one of the members in Volti Trading, mentioned it. He mentioned it around 10:15, 10:20-ish. So I took an entry. Here. Again, this is not my usual setups. This isn't a triangle. This isn't one of like a symmetrical triangle, an ascending triangle. This is just a news play basically. So I took roughly 35,000 shares. Yeah, about 35,000 shares into this thing, which more than I would have liked. I got in, and that's more than I was comfortable with. Especially since this thing is trading on such low volume. So as soon as I bought, I kind of just scalped it very, very quickly. Like I sold up about a cent higher than where I bought it, a little less than a cent. I sold some for a loss. I sold some more I bought back in, sold some more just for a very quick scalp. This wasn't a good trade in my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like how I traded this. If I could do it again, I wouldn't have even taken it, if I'm being honest. There's nothing I can really explain to you guys for why I wanted to buy in. I just bought in basically because Richie was talking about it, sold for a very small win, sold for a very small loss, then took a very small win again. That's it. That's all it is. Netted about $182, $83. Small win, small win. Next trade, TTOO. Sorry, just was getting spammed to my phone. Just turn that off. Looking at TTOO, this thing did not have news, but it was a coronavirus-related stock. So we know coronavirus, COVID-19, has been horrible. Like, this is just a terrible event that's going on right now in the world. And these stocks that have coronavirus-related news, they usually are hot. They've been going off recently. So I had this on watch. Since there was no news, I didn't really have it on my watch list, but it was on the high day scanner. So I added it to my watch list. And basically when I saw this triangle form, I knew I should take a position, especially on the 5 minute. It's riding the 8 EMA, which is the blue line you see. When it's riding the 8 EMA, that's a positive sign. So drew my trend lines, took my entries as close to support as possible. Again, didn't take that many shares, just took about 15,000 shares. Not that many. And as you can see, I took 5,000 here, instantly sold. Just sold very quickly. I can't tell you why. I don't really remember why I sold here. It might have been an accident. But I bought back because I saw huge buyers come in and a lot of buying pressure that's breaking above this resistance trend line right here. And I liked seeing this. I held, broke high day, held into that, sold into buying pressure. I can get on the ask when people are buying, and I love getting on the ask. That's exactly what I did there. Although I missed out on some huge moves for this, like got out right under 65 cents. It went roughly 67 cents. Yeah, I could have squeezed out a little more, but taking profits never hurts. This was a decent trade for me. $160, not bad, not bad. Could have been better, but not bad. Again, bread and butter, symmetrical triangle right here. Always identify these, especially 5 minutes. Like 5 minute, if it looks like that, that's a good chart. That's a nice chart. Boom, break, high day. Sell up here. Next, IBIO. This, oh man, I missed out on a lot of profit on this, but I played it well, so not upset. IBIO, another triangle setup. Could have drawn this a little bit better, which I will right now. See, we have the resistance trend line and support trend line. Again, 5 minute, perfect right here. Lower highs, higher lows. Riding the EMA, not really down here, but up here it's riding. Looking good right here. That's when I took my entry. Around 11 a.m., took some entries at the support level, just risking the break below the support trend line or the 50 EMA on the 1 minute. Either one was my stop loss. And took about 7,500 shares on support right down here, 168. I held this for a pretty long time. For me, 10 minutes, it's a long trade. Got in, support, broke above resistance trend line. I was looking for high day. That's all I want. All I want is high day. I mean, I didn't really have, based on the daily, I didn't really have like a PT. I didn't really have a goal because it's already up so much compared to Friday. Friday had a green day. Today I had a green day, so I didn't really have a PT. I just wanted to see high day. And especially because I had no news. There was no news in the stock today. So I was looking for high day. Got my high day, started taking my profits. As you can see, sold some right below high day, which was 175. Yeah, 175 was high day. Sold some 174, sold some at 175, and sold the rest at 176. Again, I was selling on the ask, selling into this buying pressure. Because look what happened. Broke high day. Yeah, let's go, let's go. 180 touch, but there was resistance. It bounced. And it actually sold off to 172. Who knows? I could have sold there. If I sold there, I would not be the happiest person. It recovered and went almost to $2. But still, like this is a good trade. Broke high day, sell into the buyers. You see resistance, just either secure your profit, secure some profit, and I could have re-entered down here. I could have honestly done that, but I was done with the trade. There was not the greatest amount of momentum today, so I was trading pretty safe, not really taking a ton of chances, and keeping my position sizes roughly small. So my last trade of the day was TAT. This was my winner. Oh yeah, IBIO. Let's go over. So $482 profit right there. Good trade, good trade, good trade. TAT, this was my big winner of the day. So TAT, it's an oil company. It's petroleum. So CL/CL is the oil future index. And this thing was up. It closed up 9% today. That's a pretty big move for oil. Like here's the daily chart right here. That's a pretty decent move. The chart's looking good. Oil's doing well, so I was looking for oil sympathies. TAT is an oil sympathy. And Trading King Eric, TKE, he mentioned TAT. So I pulled it up. Let me get here we go. I pulled it up, and it was getting some buys, very low volume stock. So I took pretty big position size, but my plan was to just be in and out of this very quickly. So I bought about 55,000 shares, 45 right at 24 cents, and 10,000 more at 23.5 right down here on this dip. And I was literally in it for a quick scout because I knew this thing was very low volume. I knew as Trading King Eric would talk about it, people would start buying because he is very influential. People look to buy his trades because he picks great trades. So I just was looking to get in and out of this thing very quickly. Bought in, last buy, this dip right here. Started selling at 24.5, 24.5, 24.8 up here, a little bit more up here. I was selling very incrementally. Hold up. Very incrementally because I did not want to risk missing a big move. Where are my 27 buys? Why is it not showing my 27 buys? They're like all the way up there. All right, whatever. Mostly scaled out most of my shares. 25, like right here, 26, 25, 26, 26, 26, 26, 27, 27, 27, and all out in this candle. I was done at that point because I did not want to risk having 55,000 shares when there's no volume because I wouldn't be able to get out. Like if I held past 11:30ish, the volume was dying. Like I would have 55,000 shares and not have the liquidity to get out. So in trades like this where I know it's very low volume, I do not hold my shares. I do not hold big share sizes because I do not want to risk getting stuck in a trade. And this was a big trade. I had a lot of shares. About $1,070 right there. So netted $2,075 on the day. Good day. Good day. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over with you guys. This was my very first time talking to a mic like this, basically reviewing my trades. Never done it before, but figured while we're in quarantine, I might as well try it. Hope you guys learned something. Hope I can help you guys. That's honestly what I'm here to do because I know when I first started trading, I really could have used some help. Feel free to follow me on Discord, send me some DMs, do whatever. I'll answer. I answer pretty much everyone. I might not answer that quickly because I'm usually busy at night, but I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. again, Royalty Trading. Check out their Discord. Great people in there. Great moderators. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will most likely be posting 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah, 2 to 3 times a week. Let's aim for that. So thank you guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.